Okay, I want to bring in Nida Ibrahim now, who joins us now on the phone. She's in the occupied West Bank. So, Nida, what exactly do we know about these incoming missiles fired from Iran toward your direction?
Well, according to the Israeli army, just 7 minutes ago, they said that they were getting ready to sound the sirens because of Iranian-fired missiles into towns in northern Israel. And soon enough, the alarms, the early sirens have blasted off after these missile attack has been detected coming in from Iran. And just in the past few minutes, we heard these sirens sound off, with them being focused on the northern Israeli areas. This is in response to a threat that Iran has made, indeed, saying that if Israel strikes Ad-Dahiya, the southern suburb of Beirut, then they are willing to shoot and fire missiles into Israel. And as we've been saying, Israel has been trying to derail any talks related to reaching a deal between Iran and the U.S. It's been trying to instigate a situation where it wants to get the war back again. As far as the Israeli army's radio, I'm reading now from a security and a military source, saying that witnesses have seen a direct hit of a building in Tiberias, that's in the northern Israeli area. So we are still monitoring to see what kind of damage has been incurred, what kind of rocket attack Iran is indeed launching into Israel. The estimate inside Israel is that Iran was going to launch rockets into Israel, but they were not sure of the scale, they were not sure of the timing. But at the same time, we are reading certain security assessments saying that even if they do that, the response from Iran might not be wide scale. But indeed, the Israelis have been saying that if Iran launches rockets, the Israeli forces will indeed retaliate, and they were saying that the retaliation will be a heavy one. Again, as we've been saying, Israel was waiting for this moment, as it could instigate war again, and that's why they are expected to be responding to that as we monitor news now and see what kind of damage has incurred inside northern Israel.
And Nida, sorry, just to make sure we're hearing clearly what you've said, and please correct me if I'm wrong, there has been some damage already spotted, already being reported in northern Israel. Is there any other indications of damage anywhere else in the country?
Well, this is something I'm reporting from a military source, citing witnesses saying that a direct hit was reported in the area of Tiberias. But according to Israeli officials telling Channel 12, they say that the Israeli Air Force has been able to intercept all 4 rockets, all 4 missiles that have been fired from Iran into northern Israel. This is the assessment that the Israeli army or the Israeli military sources are giving to Israeli media channels. That was one line we've gotten, and we've heard from one military source. We cannot necessarily confirm it, but in general, the Israeli army now says that they have detected an additional barrage of missiles, in addition to the one we've been just reporting about, the 4 missiles. Now we're talking about another barrage. And according to the Israeli Home Front, they are asking the public to continue following instructions of the Home Front. Although this Home Front, for the past few hours, had refused to change its instructions and its demands of people, saying that there was no change, meaning that they were getting ready to a very minimal situation, very minimal possibility of Iran firing rockets into Israel. And now the Home Front is saying that the alerts may sound in areas in northern Israel, mostly in northern Israel. We're going to be following these developments, and let you know what more we're going to hear. But definitely the Israeli home front is confirming another barrage of missiles from Iran targeting areas in northern Israel.
Okay. Nida, let's hit pause for just 1 second. I just want to explain to our viewers what they're seeing on their screen right now. These are not live. These are the latest pictures that we've gotten just in the last couple of moments. You can see those rockets streaming through the sky over northern Israel. So there is definitely incoming, as you have said, confirmed. You can see it there on the screen. I wonder, Nida, and perhaps it is way too early to even be asking this question, but has there been any indication from the Israelis that there will be an immediate response?
Well, not yet, but the estimates from Israeli security analysts, Israeli sources telling Israeli media before this attack has been detected, the estimates were that the response will follow and the response will be a heavy one. Now, the assessment in Israel was that Iran was not going to fire. They were getting ready to a minimal possibility of that attack happening. But now, just before the attack took place, the schools inside Israel has talked about canceling education there. And we've been talking also about the Israeli army just a few minutes before the sirens have blasted, telling the communities in northern Israel that they should be getting ready to hear the alarm sounding inside Israel. Again, we did not hear any response as of yet as to what kind of response we are expecting from Israel, but indications in the past few days, in the past few weeks have been that any attack any attack by Iran on Israel will be met with a heavy response. And some Israeli analysts have been saying that Iran will make good on its promise, even if the attack will be minimal, even if the attack will be limited, that the Israelis are going to respond and going to respond heavily to that attack. Again, it's no secret that Israel has been trying to derail these talks between the U.S. and Iran, was not happy at all with talks of a potential deal, and they were trying their best to continue the war in Iran, to de-link the war in Iran with the war on Lebanon, to try and keep the operations going in Lebanon, not just because of strategic reasons related to the disarmament of Hezbollah, but also for reasons related to derailing the talks and trying to bring about more tension, more, if you may, a new round of attacks on Iran as a way to instigate another round of war. Now we are getting news from the office of the Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, saying that Israel will respond.
Israel will respond.
Israel will respond after these Iranian missile launches. Again, no surprise there. Israel has been waiting for this moment to retaliate and to instigate war again. Now, again, it might not be the case. It might be just one hit versus another. We might not be looking yet at a full-scale return of the war, but at the same time, we know that the Israelis, this is what they're looking for, in addition to Netanyahu fighting for this because of his political survival. We are talking about elections that are expected later this year, as early as October, potentially. And that's why Netanyahu has been trying to return to a state of war. The fact that there was a ceasefire, the fact that there were talks being held, derailed his chances and also showed him doing very poorly in polls. So this is something that he will try and use to continue and to try and instigate another round of war, especially that Israel did not fulfill any of the goals that it has indicated in the beginning of the U.S.-Israeli war on Iran late February. So this is another chance for the Israelis to try and show that they have goals that they want to achieve. But now confirming, again, the news about the additional barrage of rockets, as well as the Israeli education minister saying that all education will be canceled tomorrow inside Israel.